She has dark eyes and the smile of a frightened child. I searched for her all my life. Was it she who saved me from the silent death that characterizes resignation to solitude, and from madness in its terminal phase, terminal as we refer to cancer when incurable? Yes, the kind of madness in which one can find refuge, if not salvation. Madness is what I'll talk to you about. Madness burdened with memories and with eyes like everyone else's, though in my story the eyes are like those of a smiling child, trembling with fear. You'll ask, is a madman who knows he's mad really mad? Or, in a mad world, isn't the madman who is aware of his madness the only sane person? But let's not rush ahead. If you had to describe a madman, how would you portray him? As a marble-faced stranger, smiling but without joy, his nerves on edge. When he goes into a trance, his limbs move about and all his thoughts collide. Time and again he has electrical discharges, not in his brain but in his soul. Do you like this portrait? Let's continue. How can we talk about madness except by using the specific language of those who carry it within themselves? What if I told you that within each of us, whether in good health or bad, there is a hidden zone, a secret region that opens out onto madness? One misstep, one unfortunate blow of fate is enough to make us slip or flounder with no hope of ever rising up again. Careless mistakes, an impaired memory or errors of judgment can provoke a series of falls. It then becomes impossible to make ourselves understood by those we call, rather foolishly, kindred souls. If you will not grant me this, I will have a serious problem. But you must not feel sorry for me. Tears sometimes leave furrows, but never very deep ones. In any case, not deep enough. There. This is what you have to know for a start. That said, since I'm eager to tell you everything, you should know that I'll be telling you this story without any concern for chronology. You'll be made to discover many different periods of time and many different places in a haphazard fashion. What can I say? The madman's time is not always the same as the so-called normal man's. For instance, let's begin this narrative 5 years ago in the office of Therese Goldschmidt, a healer of souls, well paid. I'll tell you how well later. Thanks to her vast knowledge. She expects to prod me into knowing the dark innermost recesses of my ego in order to help me live with myself without my dybbuk, but that's an assumption to which I plan to return. Later on I'll talk to you about Therese. I'll talk about her at length. Inevitable Therese, there is no way around her. She's the one who made me talk. It's her profession. She spends her life probing the unconscious, that strongbox and trash bin of knowledge and experience, those subterranean archives that can and must be deciphered, and asking childish or harebrained questions. And in my case, these questions summoned not answers, but stories. Why do people make fun of madmen? Because they upset people? Didn't Molière mock the hypochondriac? Doesn't the man who believes he is ill need treatment? Am I way off the beam? I don't think I'm completely irrational. Is being mad being disabled? Can one speak of a gangrened mind, of thought beaten to death, of a mutilated, damned soul? Can one be mad in happiness, as in misfortune? Can someone take vows of madness as one takes religious vows, or devotes one's life to poetry? Can a person slip breathlessly into madness with a slow, muffled tread, as if to avoid disturbing some secret demon feigning absence or asceticism? At times I'm afraid of shutting my eyes, for I see an unreal world with its dead. I open them again, and fear has not left me. Madness may just be a sensation resonant with futility, as in Franz K's Castle. We are waiting on the landing in front of a closed door for something that has already happened and will, paradoxically, happen too late. Am I insane? Therese was going to tell me. Does that word bother you? You would rather not use it any more? I have others to offer you, disturbed, unbalanced, crazy, unhinged, nuts, loony, daft, demented, maladjusted, retarded, half-witted. Am I a paranoiac, a schizophrenic, a hysteric, or a neurotic? Do I just have an ordinary inferiority or guilt complex that a simple antidepressant could cure? That's possible. Am I guilty of having freely abused my freedom, or of having simply lived a life that wasn't mine by succumbing to the torture of both excessively vague despair and excessively transparent hope, thus of having survived thanks to my madness in its various phases and darkest depths? But who is to say whether guilt and madness are compatible or incompatible? And who decides that I'm not entitled to both madness and despair? That madmen are beyond redemption, thus hopelessly condemned, except in the privileged area of art? Van Gogh, before dying, whispered, "Sadness will last forever." Sadness. No, madness lasts much longer. Tolstoy said that thinking about the future is the beginning of madness, but Maimonides said the world would be saved by madmen. Which of the two will succeed in guiding me to a different reality? I thought, Therese will help me. She'll save me. She has a degree. This is her work, her goal, her mission. To rescue by listening, through words. Open doors, rummage around in the darkness. That's not easy in my case. She admitted as much. Can madness, like memory, be forced open? Difficult, I'm told. Madness is both beneficial and subversive. It takes a path that constantly changes directions, stumbles as it rises, tells lies while shouting, "Believe me!" forges ahead while stepping back, aims to please and displease simultaneously, seeks the company of others as a way of sublimating solitude. It searches out the origins of creation in order to sink into eschatology. Didn't Kleist, the great mad poet, describe existence as a bridge going from nowhere to nowhere? And he added, it is hard to live between two nowheres.